Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. Supportive Oracle Cards, Energy Oracle Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay. Okie dokie. I don't know where that funny... Okie dokie. I'm getting a little fun, humorous attitude here. Ooh. Now if we can keep this energy going, that'd be great. Alright, I'm going to move these over here. That's a little... There's good energy here. Your card's good. What you're dealing with here? Somebody's having a hard time. You're doing the best with it you can, and you seem to be accepting it. I feel like there's something happening here, just if we're going to snapshot it before I get too deep. Something that's happened before is happening again, and you're just kind of like, you know what, I just got to accept it for what it is. And you seem to do a lot better. Like, something is improving, is what I'm getting here. Starting off with this situation, these two cards come in a little cockeyed. Don't get caught up in the gender, but the King of Cups is kind of like, I love what I love who I love, I feel how I feel, and nobody's going to tell me different. Nobody's going to tell me how to feel about something. I feel like I feel, you're not going to convince me. That's the energy that I'm feeling here. The Two of Pentacles is kind of like, almost like somebody trying to push upon you, like you got to make a decision here. You got to do something differently. You got to change this. And you're kind of like, your energy that I'm feeling here is kind of like, listen, maybe I do. Guess who's making that decision? Me. So back off and I'll make the decision if I decide I need to, when I decide I need to. Somebody is pushing on you a little bit, but you're kind of like, listen, I'll make my own decisions. You back off. It's kind of like you don't tell the king what to do, and you're the king. No matter what your gender, you're that person in control. Like, nope, you're not going to tell me what to think. If I need to make a decision, I will. But these cards coming in a little sideways, both of them, is kind of like, if I have to, I will. I don't know if I need to. And you're telling people to back off. You're also stabilizing. Even when you're backing people off, though, you're kind of like, I'm not looking to cause problems or fight. I'm just telling you, I hear you. Thank you. Now back off. That's what you seem to be telling somebody. Like, I hear you. Thank you. Back off. I'll think about this on my own. The cornucopia is telling me things are good, though. Things are good. I know that may sound a little harsh, but I feel like things are good. Kind of like you just might be standing up for yourself. Like, listen, I have to think this out for myself. I heard you. Back off a little bit. You got the King of Rods and the Queen of Swords. These are very complementary energies. They're very good energies together. I think of them as very positive. Somebody's communicating very openly, very honestly. Another person is trying to change things and trying to push forth change. You'll notice these are also, it's a king and queen. They're changing their own attitude in their own way. They're handling something. So this energy is changing how they're dealing with a subject. They're trying to pull you along with them. Like, we're changing our attitude towards this because of this. You need to come with us. And you're like, listen, you do what you need to do. I'll think about this on my side. I'll decide. We're cool. I'm cool. You're cool. We're all cool with each other. I'll decide when I'm ready to make this change. Nobody's upset with anybody. I need to make that very clear. Nobody's upset with anybody. But, like, people are like, we're moving on because this is not a good situation. And you're like, listen, I need time to think about it. Maybe this isn't totally bad. Maybe it just needs to be handled differently. Maybe it just needs to settle. You do what you got to do. I get it. I'll do what I need to do. Everybody's getting along. But it sounds harsher than it is. Because the energy over here on this side is very strong. But you're strong too. The Success card with the Lovers. Again, everybody's getting along. There's a lot of cooperation at this point. It's kind of like if people are trying to move, the people who want to move are moving. The people who don't want to move don't have to move right yet. Cool. Everything's good. There's a lot of cooperation I'm getting with this Six of Wands and the Lovers card. This energy on the other side, this is the thing. This other energy on the other side feels like the change has to happen, but they also have to respect that you're going to do it on your own terms. So I feel like that's another reason why they're backing off, kind of like, all right, if you don't want to make that decision now, you can do it later, but I think you should do it now. I think it's better. And you're like, well, we'll see if I have to. It's fine. Nobody's upset with anybody, but people are pushing on you that you're going to have to move forward. And they're like, you're going to have to go anyway. Just come with us. And you're like, listen, I'm not ready. You go. I'll do what I got to do. It's good. This isn't bad. Like, nobody's there. I don't feel hostilities here. I really don't. And I'm saying that word. Then we go into the next part, right? At that point, I'm not feeling hostilities. What is the card that pops up on your side? Hostilities. Not at anybody. I don't think it's at anybody, quite frankly. I feel like literally you're going to have to change. Something's going to have to change, and I don't think you like it to start with. Hostilities is there. I don't feel like we all have this moment. It's normal. Where life just kind of throws something at us. We don't really like it. We kind of want to go against it, but life's like, well, you can try, but that's not going to work. We all have those moments. We all have those moments. You have to move on from something. That's the Eight of Cups. The Five of Cups is like you don't like it. You do not like it. The way that you're being forced forward, it bothers you. That's the hostilities. I don't feel like you're with anybody. I just feel like you're not happy. Life happened. You have to move forward. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. You don't like it. Things are changing around you, though. The thing is, one of the reasons I feel like you were not ready to move forward before is because there's unanswered questions still. And that's one of the reasons you didn't want to move forward before. You may have accepted that it was going to happen, that something had to change, but you're also like trying to wait it out, trying to let things settle a little better so you can make a better decision. And there's still this indecision in the environment. There's people trying to figure out, all right, now that things are doing what they're doing, now that things are kind of falling apart, trying to think it out. The thinking woman is extremely smart. She also takes into account how it emotionally feels for other people. She like, it's not just about what it looks like on paper. When she starts figuring it out and starts really looking at it, she's kind of like, well, this makes sense on paper, but this is going to be emotionally hard for this person, or this is going to work out very well for this person, or this is going to put somebody in a state of confusion, and they're going to be kind of upset. She adds in, like, emotion is a part of the factors. It's a factor that she takes very seriously, and she adds in, like, how is this going to feel for people? And that's another reason why I feel like there's a lot of indecision. Like, what should we do? How should we do this? She's very smart, but she's also kind of like, everything hasn't settled. We can't make a solid decision yet because there's factors that have not settled yet. Things are not defined well enough. The door to value in the community. At this point in the situation, it's just kind of people banding together and just trying to take it day by day. This is a day-by-day moment is what I'm getting. Community with the door to value is like people just trying to work with each other, trying to help each other out and get through it moment by moment. That's the best way to handle it. Things have not stabilized here, though. I'm getting that very strong. Things have not stabilized. Another reason that you don't like this, which makes complete sense why you don't like moving forward, because you're like, things have not solidified. We don't have proof that this is the right thing to do. But at the same time, I have to move forward. I have no choice. I don't like this. I don't like this, but I have no choice. So I think that explains that hostilities card a little bit better. Kind of like, you're not at peace with this. You don't like this, but you have no choice. The next phase comes in. Is this good or bad? It's good. Okay. We'll start off with this then. Because I'm seeing a card on your side like, do we like this? Do we not like this? Is it the Angel of Love? Yep, Angel of Love, which I think is a beautiful card. Crossed by the solar plexus card, which is the third. Yep, the third chakra, the yellow chakra, the solar plexus. This is like standing your ground, knowing how you feel. Loyalty to self, it's that center. When you're centered with the universe and you know what you should be doing and where you should be going. Things are moving forward. Things are solidifying. Things are improving. I'm getting like the Angel of Love is kind of behind this solar plexus chakra, kind of like things are getting much better in the whole situation. The situation is starting to really solidify and make sense. there's a lot more, there's a lot of good energy here, a lot of good energy, but I feel like it's kind of like it's being overwritten by like this is what we have to do. Even though it's good, it's kind of like the energy on top of it saying we have to do this, even though it is good. There's a positive energy there, but like the feeling like I have to do it is stronger than like this is a good thing. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense with that. It's kind of like, when you have to eat your vegetables and you actually like them, but you just keep thinking, well, I have to eat them anyway, so it doesn't matter if I like them. It's one of those feelings, kind of like, yeah, I like vegetables, but I have to eat them, so it doesn't matter if I like them. I have to eat them anyway. That's what's here. That's what my body needs, so I have to eat them. Even though you actually like them, it's one of those things. I don't know how else to explain that. That's weird, because it's like it's a good moment, but people are like, they're almost like shushing it by, like, yeah, so what if it's a good moment? It has to get done. Like, they're not allowing themselves or other people to really enjoy it, although they could. That's what I'm getting there. This could be enjoyed more, this moment, but people don't seem to be wanting to. They're just kind of like, no, just get it done. Don't enjoy it, just do it. It's kind of like, why can't you enjoy it? You should enjoy it. This is the energy around you. The Hierophant, yeah, the moment is not bad. It's actually good, but people are like, they don't want to take the time to enjoy it. The Hierophant is just kind of like, we need to get this done. Do it. Rules, do those rules. Get those rules done. Get those rules done. I know you're enjoying it, but I don't care. Just get it done. It's kind of like, it's a weird feeling. I don't know. It feels strange. Another work card, the Seven of Pentacles. It's not completed. And I think that's the thing with whatever you're dealing with in the environment, the situation isn't finished, and whoever it is, even though it's a good moment, they just want to finish it and move on from it. They don't care that it's a good moment. They just want to get it over with and move on. Move past it. The King of Pentacles with the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is moving past a rough moment. Even though this moment currently that I'm feeling is not bad, it's the moment before that makes them uncomfortable. They want to get as far away from that uncomfortable moment as they can, and that's why. They're like, don't daily and enjoy this just because it's enjoyable. We want to get farther and farther away from that bad moment. Let's get as far away from it as possible. I don't care if it's good right now. We need to get it farther away from that bad moment. We're too close to it. Let's keep going, keep moving. Like, they're not willing to step back and take a breath and enjoy life because they still feel that panic of the last, what's just passed. So they're like, nope, we're not far enough away from it yet for me to enjoy it. The King of Pentacles is there. It's kind of like they need to feel like they have a far enough buffer from it that they can, like, all right, we're far enough away from it. It's kind of like if you were in an area where there were some polar bears. I don't know why. I'm just going to go with it. There's some polar bears around, and you're like, well, we can't hang out with the polar bears. They're pretty, but they are apex predators. They will get us. We may think they're cute. They don't think we're cute. They think we're lunch. We need to go. And they're kind of like, you get like a mile or two away, and you're like, no, they're not going to come up here. It's a rocky hill. They don't come up here. Wherever it is, you're like, no, they don't travel over here. This is not their thing. And if they were coming this way, we'd see them. We have more than enough time. But the person you're dealing with is like, nope, they're only a couple miles away. They're too close. Nope, keep going. We got to get at least 70 to 80 miles away before I'm going to relax. Once we're 70 to 80 miles away, I will relax. We can all relax. Keep going. Don't get comfortable now. Keep going. That's the energy. All right. It's very insistent. If you were any about this hell. Yeah. So that's what we got. Things will restabilize. When things start to restabilize, I feel like you have to be the voice of reason. I have a weird feeling at the same time that a lot of you hate that. You're like, why do I have to be the voice of reason? I'm getting that energy right off the bat. Like, why do I have to do that? Come on, people. Like, stop it. Knock it off. Why do I... Think this out for yourself. Why do I have to be the voice of reason? It's almost annoying. Like, really? I have to be the voice of reason here? Come on. Can't we all think this out for ourselves? You've got the High Priestess with the Four of Wands. But this is also kind of like, you have to kind of bend a little bit. People are still coming down from whatever the problem was. They're still coming down. It's like you might be literally like 70, 80 miles away from the situation, but people are still like living in that fear. Like, but what if that polar bear followed us? What if the polar bear has been stalking us this whole time and they just can't wait to get their juicy teeth into us? It's not that way. You have to kind of like play devil's advocate. Well, if they do, we'll do this. So we got this protective barrier. I really don't think that's happening, but we do have this. We can do this too. That way we protect ourselves the best we can. You have to be the voice of reason at this point. There is a little bit of conflict here, but I really feel your energy adding into it is bringing it down. Your energy is kind of like, all right, let's pull it down. Let's calm it down. Yes, I know you're still afraid of the polar bear. You think the polar bear is stalking us. I don't think that's happening, but this is what we've done just in case. We've got this barrier here. We got these weapons over here. We don't really want to hurt the polar bear, but if it's us or the polar bear, we're going to have to protect ourselves, so we can do that. It's taking a while for the situation to come to a rest and rejuvenation. I feel like this has to happen first. You have to help. You're not going to be the only one trying to bring it down and kind of like let's bring down the energy. But once that energy kind of subsides, I feel like it's just kind of like just talking it out with whoever's having a problem. And I don't know how long it's going to take because it might come back and forth. But it's kind of like bringing the energy down and then just keeping it down. Keeping it quiet, keeping it calm. Calm is the word I want to get. So with this whole situation, though, I do feel like it's kind of like a situation that you're getting used to and you're handling very well. You're doing your best with it. I do feel like you're doing your best with it. Your energy is really calming the situation. I feel like the way you're handling things makes sense. This whole time, you're being very honest with everybody about how you feel. Not that you would always give your poker hand out like that, but for this situation, I feel like you are. That also seems to be helping people. All right. It ends very well. It ends well. Things do solidify again. Things do get very stable again. They stabilize. It's just getting to there and realizing it's like, all right, we got to go through this a little bit before we get there. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching this reading. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.